AP Bio Season 4. That's right. This movie, or this series, is just like the little train that could. For some reason, it keeps finding a new home and it keeps succeeding. Like the first two seasons, NBC. Gets moved over to Peacock, does really good for some reason enough where it can get a fourth season. And the fourth season, I would argue, is the most consistent. Like this show has been consistently good since the beginning. Like the jokes work, the humor works, the world it's building up. It's very fun, very enjoyable. But this season, I think it just found that right niche that its audience was going for. It just went like, we're the independent story. We're set in a school. Our characters are weird. We know what we're doing now, and we can make it into something spectacular. And this season was no slouch. First off, it opens up in a beautifully big way this season, and just the idea that all of these students in the AP Bio class are writing fan fictions about the teachers, and we're seeing that presented on screen, it's hilarious. It's the kind of thing that this show does. Not a lot of other stuff set in schools allows its audience to see the maturity of the world it's building. It's mainly, like Disney Channel, Nickelodeon stuff, but with Peacock, our audience is aimed for the older crowd, so let's get weird with it. Let's have some weird fun with it. And just like that opening stuff, we're in the tornado, the fanfics. It's a really funny just way to open up this show and bring it back to the world. Now, I'm not somebody who advocates a lot of binge watching, just because I think it sometimes destroys the flow of the experience, especially if it's like something dramatic. But this is one of those shows where I can't put it down. You watch one episode, you're like, this is so funny, I'm losing my mind here. You watch the next one, it gets better and better and better. It just flows so perfectly and creates like this perfect comedy that for some reason just keeps going under the radar. I don't see anybody talking about AP Bio just because it's not like that big show that everyone watches. It's just like the quiet comedy with a stellar cast. Glenn Howerton, again, he leads this joint, really showing why he is the master of just being the sarcastic dick, because he's just perfectly cast as this role. It's him. He's just playing a version of himself that we all built him up to be from years on Sunny and all his other projects. Like, this guy just knows how to be the most arrogant guy in the room and have it be believable, but also heartfelt in a way where you kind of want him to succeed. There's certain moments in this season where you think he's going to be knocked down a peg because of the actions he makes, but because his character is supposed to be toned in like this weird arrogant way, it doesn't always go to like the heartfelt way, and he's just like, yeah, I was right about the situation, whatever. But you still like him for it. He still really works for that role, and it built himself up to be a great character. Of course, you have to talk about Patton Oswalt, because again, he's I think your big star in this. I know everyone here is a great star, but Patton is just like quietly doing some really funny stuff, and he is such a talented actor who never gets like out there in like the bigger stuff, but he's been quietly building up his own resume. And I think AP Bio is one of his funniest roles because now he's just willing to play like that version of himself, the quiet dorky guy who's not good at talking to people, who isn't as assertive as some things. So many great bits of him in this season. I love the stuff where he's trying to come up with like all the places he'd like to have sex with because he's only had sex on the bed. I love the bit where he's trying to do like the undercover boss thing to give people free shrimp. And he's coming up with all these stupid disguises, and he's an electrician who just like punches a hole in the wall. He's really good at that stuff, and it just looks so good having Patton do that role. Everyone else knocks it out of the park here. We get some great, just cameos from other big celebs. I won't say like what their role is or the majority of what they're doing, but Bruce Campbell shows up in a really interesting role for him, which is just, it's good to see Bruce Campbell trying something that we know he can do, but doing it in a different direction. He's very stiff in that one portrayal of what a Bruce Campbell role is, but here he's just like, no, I'll soften it up a little bit, show the charm that works for me, but also the maturity that comes with him. It works really well. Joe Manganiello, I wasn't expecting him to be in here. I honestly thought his role was going to go to like Rob McElhenney or Charlie Day or one of those guys, but Joe Manganiello, insane. Insanely good just to see what he did with that little screen time, and he's just such a good actor, again, who never gets out of there, and that's kind of what AP Bio feels like. It's just like a bunch of these guys who are consistently working hard, but they're never making it big. Like, that's kind of like the theme of the show, and it's also just like what it represents in the industry. It's like 4 seasons of a show that nobody's watching is pretty impressive when all 8 episodes are consistently fun. Like the finale of this and just showing the evolution of this Harvard pen is super good. There's literally an episode dedicated to the coming of age trope of the story, like your classic, like I said, Disney Channel, Nickelodeon stuff with Victor, where he's like doing the voiceover, he's talking about all the characters in his world and how he's trying to find like the girl next door to be the one that he likes. It is so good because it's just parodying it in the perfect way, and every single joke on this season lands. And that is just incredible to see 4 seasons into a show that has just been consistently good, that after that long, and all these characters, we've become familiar with them, we've grown with them, you can still laugh, you can still do something new and original, and believe in the characters, believe in the world, and see how powerful and impactful it all is still. That's very impressive, especially with a show that's been hit or miss in its like where it's viewing. You know, it's like here's Peacock, here's NBC, but having it distinctly on Peacock, I think it helped it find its ground, find its footing, and suddenly it's becoming one of the funniest shows out there. I know the first 2 seasons are streaming on Netflix. Check it out because, again, this show is just the underrated comedy that nobody's watching, and it's so funny to see. So this season was 8 episodes long. Every joke lands for the most part. I was laughing so much while watching this, and just the underrated talent of guys like Glenn Howerton, Paula Patton, and Patton Oswalt, and Mary Sowen here. Everybody is doing fantastic work, and it just makes me happy to see that a show like this can succeed in its nicheness to the point where we are 4 seasons into it. It could have been canceled after the first season, it could have been canceled after the second season, but 4 seasons of a show like this is nothing less of a feat, and it's kind of amazing that we're actually getting that many episodes of this. So an 8-episode season, it's all on Peacock now. I imagine you'll be able to stream it in other places soon. Check it out, because AP Bio is one of the funniest shows that I highly recommend you watch. So, AP Bio Season 4, I am going to give a 10 out of 10. Yeah, it's that good. So thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.